guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm doing my March TBR. It is a little bit late, it is already March, but I did do the rolly bit before March. But we're finally here actually doing the prompts. So in March, I'm taking part in the Roll of Reads readathon. This is created by Mel over at a book fiend named Mel. All the information will be in the description and that, because there's quite a lot, but it's basically a game. It's her TBR game that she used to do last year. And it involves cards and dices and a whole host of fun stuff. So I'm just gonna dive straight in. I did the rolls and then I'm picking some books. So roll number 1. So I have the cards, I have a box so this doesn't roll away, I have a d20. Let's go. So first of all, I have a 10. So that'll be this one. So for roll number 1, I got Paladin, and the prompt to that is city or urban. I did originally have a different thought in my mind, but the buzzword prompt for March is secret, the word secret. So I'm reading A Secret Life by Christabel Kent. Basically, I own like 3 or 4 books with the word secret in that I've already read, and I didn't want to read something that I'd already read. So I went to the library and I was looking there for quite a while, not gonna lie. At first I was thinking Two Could Keep a Secret by Karen McManus, but it wasn't there, and I'm not paying for it because I gave one of his line 3 stars. So I'm like, I'm interested in reading that book, but also I don't want to pay money for it. I finally came across this one. Quite funny actually, there was hardly any in the YA section. I went to the middle grade and like every single shelf had about 3 with the word secret in. So secret is very middle grade. But then I went to just the normal fiction section and I found A Secret Life. This is some sort of thriller, an adult thriller. And as you guys know, if you've been here, I've been, you know, tentatively picking up thrillers here and there and quite enjoying them. So I thought I'd go with this one. And it doesn't give you much information on the back, but that's good because it's a thriller and I don't really want to know. So there's a woman, she goes on a night out, and then there's a mistake. But what was the mistake? I don't know. We'll find out. So there we go. Paladin. Roll number 2. Next up, we got a 1, which is a critical fail. Absolutely terrible. So we're going to have to add another one. So this next roll was featured in Heartstopper, and I made Mel make a big list of stuff because when she first announced it I was like, if we get a Heartstopper one, how do we know what's in it? So she put a lot of effort into that. Well done, Mel. I was going through this one and this was the hardest one for me. This is the one that took the longest to figure out what to read for, because there were books in there that I own and already read, but again I didn't really want to reread any of them. There were books that I would kind of be interested in but don't own and don't really want to spend money on, like, for example, This Winter and Charlie and Nick. I forgot his name then. Like, both of them I would read, but I'm also not spending that much on a novella, you know what I mean? It's like this big, I'm not spending £6 on it. So I was going through and having a look to see which ones I could find on my library app. And I found out that Proud by Juno Dawson, which is like a group of loads of different people writing stories, was on my library app, and I also wanted to read it, so best of both worlds. So I'm reading Proud by Juno Dawson. Like I said, this is a collection of short stories, poems, art, all by people that are part of the LGBTQIA+ community. And yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading for this one. Roll number 3 after that critical fail. Next we've got 15. For this one I got indie / self-published, so I'm going to be reading Tales of the Magic Weavers, a Guild of Fantasy anthology. This is an anthology, my sister is a part of it, her story is the first one in here because first the best. That's not how the saying goes, but it is now. And yeah, this is a collection of short stories all by indie authors, all about fantasy, magic-y type stuff. So yeah, I'm going to reread my sister's one and I'm going to read all the other ones and hopefully I'll enjoy at least a few of them. I say that because anthology, of course, there are going to be some you don't enjoy, some that you do enjoy, and some that are alright. So yeah. Next up, roll number 4. That was a terrible roll, but 18. Whoops, I didn't even put another one in here. Whoops, whoops, whoops. 18. So for this one, I have 2 potential picks and maybe even a different one, who knows. This one is the one that's not set in stone yet, but I've got a couple of potential choices for a book that I'm intimidated by for different reasons. So first of all, I've got Infinity Sun by Adam Silvera. This one I've owned for a few years. I think all 3 books are out now. This one is intimidating because I know that a lot of people give this quite middle into low ratings. It's his first foray into like heavy fantasy rather than the sort of speculative stuff that he does normally that I really love and really enjoy. So I'm a bit intimidated by it because, like I said, I love all of Adam Silvera's other books, so I'm kind of like, oh, what if I won't love this one, and what if it's not his thing, writing full fantasy? So yeah, there's that potential choice. I also have Thud by Terry Pratchett. This is intimidating because it's Terry Pratchett, it's Sir Terry Pratchett. My sister loves him, my dad loves him. I've never read a book by him, and it's intimidating because what if I don't like it? You know what I mean? Like, Terry Pratchett has been a big part of my life, even though I've never read his book, just because my other family members love him so much. Like, I know who he is, I've known him, he's been known. So now, should I read it, and what if I don't like it? So, there we go. That's another choice. We shall see. It might be one of these. I might just randomly pick up something else, you never know, something that I'm intimidated by, but yeah. Potentially one of these. We're halfway through, so let's just head on over to a message from one of the Sponnies and I shall be back with the last 3. Next we have a 7. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot to put the thing again. Whoops. So for the next one, we got mental/physical health rep. And for this one, I'm going to be reading Not Otherwise Specified by Hannah Moskowitz. This one is also one I've had for a few years, and I know that people quite enjoy it, people that have read this book. It's about a girl and she's sort of stuck in the middle. She's not lesbian enough to hang out with the lesbians because I think she's bisexual, but like she's not straight enough to be with the straight people, and she's got some sort of issues with her being. I think it says, well, it says she's not sick enough to look anorexic, partially thanks to recovery. So my guessing is that she is anorexic or has had anorexia. I don't know how you meant to say it. So that is the rep we're having here, and yeah, hopefully I enjoy it. So this would be the last one, but I got a 1, so I'm doing another roll afterwards. So this one is a 6. Next up we have Half Elf, which is YA/middle grade. Realistically, I could have just chosen any of the multitude of books that I was reading for World Book Day because they're all middle grade, but I have another book that I need to read, so I thought I might as well put it in here, and that is Play the Game by Charlene Allen. I will add the cover here as well, the real cover for now, but this is an arc, so obviously I need to read it. This is about a character, his friend was murdered, and then a year later the person that did the murder was also murdered in the same place, and then one of his other friends has been like held as the person that did it, but he's trying to prove that it's not him. And then there's some stuff about a game, like the friend that was murdered was making this game. So yes, all that, this book, there we go. Hopefully it's good. I have started it and I am enjoying it so far, so yeah. Now last but not least, unless I roll a 1 again, is 5. I think I had that earlier, I can't remember, even though it's only been like a few minutes ago. But number 5, the last one, is And the last prompt I got was Druid, which is featured an animal. Now I did have another plan for this, but I have so many books on my TBR. There's another one I need to mention now, so I'm just gonna like half-ass it and say Dave Pigeon, Bookshop Mayhem by Swapina Haddo. I've already read this, I read it for World Book Day, but I'm gonna add it in here. I did have another book, but I am gonna be buddy reading another book with somebody else, so I thought, let's take that one off, add this one on. It still works because it does feature an animal. It's literally 2 pigeons who are the characters. So yeah, that was a little bit of a little half-assed one, but also not, because it's like even more featuring an animal than the book that I was going to choose, really, when you think about it. I mean, the characters, the main 2 characters are pigeons, so. And yes, that means that I do have another book on here. There are so many books here. Who knows if I'm going to get to them all. But the last book I have is a buddy read I'm going to be doing. And that is for Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. I really enjoy Sophie Gonzalez's books. I've loved everything she's brought out so far. And when one of my friends mentioned buddy reading a book and they posted a few pictures in the chat like, oh, here's some books that I've got that I want to read. I'm like, yes, this one. So this is what we're going to read. It is based on like a reality dating show. One of the characters is an ex of the guy and she wants to get back at him, but then also there might be feelings between her and another ex, 2 girls. So yeah, it's going to be a great time because all Sophie Gonzalez books are. So I'm looking forward to it. And there we have it. Those are all the books that I'm going to be reading for Roll of Reads. Like I said, fingers crossed, hopefully I get to them all because there are quite a few here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to reading all of them, apart from the ones that I'm intimidated by. Scary. What I need to make sure I do is I don't like leave them to the end and be like, oh, unfortunately I didn't manage to get to the ones that I'm intimidated by. No, the whole point of that prompt is to read them, so I need to make sure that I don't let myself not. So yeah, let me know down below what you're reading, if you're participating in Roll of Reads or if you're participating in any of the other multitudes of readathons that are going on this month. Let me know down below. Subscribe if you want, comment if you want, do what you want. And I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye.